Hey everyone, I had to think of the date now. It's Tuesday, 29th of March. We're nearly through quarter one of the year already. It's going so quick, right? Um, I'm just editing a video I've just done on Flex containers. Um, which frustrated me a little bit, I have to admit, when I recorded it, because there was something I wanted to do and I couldn't get it to work, and then I cracked it. So I've got to edit out loads of bits where I'm like swearing at my screen because I couldn't get it to work. But I'll be doing that now in a moment, sorting all of that out. Just move myself up there a little bit. Hey Peter, how you doing? Right, let's just sort out editing this video. Hey Charlie, you okay? So I just recorded a video this morning. It was nearly 90 minutes long and I'm editing out tons of stuff in it because it just wasn't good and it was junk and stuff went wrong about flex containers and getting used to the whole container rather than section and columns and all of that. And there'll be loads more videos coming out, I think. There's quite a bit you need to cover off, actually, to help people out with it. Hey, Jason, I hope you're okay, mate. So I'm just going to edit out this video. In fact, I'm just going to make myself bigger here so you can all see me better. There we go. That works better like that. Yeah, I mean, hey, George, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one to pinpoint, you see, that. But I'm glad that SiteGround are able to do it. They're pretty good. That's the other thing I like about SiteGround. They're so good, aren't they, at sorting things out? Whereas lots of other hosting providers would be like, oh, sorry, you've got to go into File Manager and do it yourself, or you've got to, I know, Peter, or you've got to go and hire someone, a developer, to do your cleanup for you or whatever. And I really hate it when hosting providers say that, because you kind of think, haven't you got the technical expertise in-house to do it? Let's put this back. Oh, I need to put my headphones in. Otherwise you'll hear me yapping away while I edit this video. Right now, the video is still 55 minutes long, but I'm pretty sure when I finalize this video, it's probably going to be 32 minutes. There's over 25, at least 25 minutes worth of crap I got to edit out of it. But yeah, flex containers. There's a lot you got to get your head round in terms of how you think about it. And anyone who is rooted to section and columns, they may need to just take a step back and really think hard about it. Hey, Jason. Hey, Jimmy. We're all here. Yay. Mark's in a meeting, so he'll be here later on. Oh, yeah, I got to tell you, someone emailed me last night saying they wanted me to potentially work on their website, a directory website. And they said, yeah, I'm really good at Elementor, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know how to do WooCommerce, maps, da 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 da. And I said, well, what exactly are you after? Just to say you need help with WooCommerce and maps and stuff, what are you doing? Secondly, how are you building your directory website? Are you using a plugin? Are you using a theme? Does it not already come with the WooCommerce integration? You know, what exactly you're doing? And then they said, oh, but I have loads of contacts in the United Arab Emirates. And, you know, if we go into a partnership, again, you know, kind of thing, you know, you could do loads of their work. And I was just like, what exactly are you asking for? And then they replied back with, they like to be really honest and transparent. They don't like no bullshit. They even used the words. I was like, what are you asking for? What do you want? So just another one of those weird emails. Hey Dennis, how you doing? I don't know, Pete. Oh, it was a female as well, by the way. I'm not going to give the name, but she contacted, and she wanted. When someone comes out and goes, "Yeah, I'm an expert on Elementor Pro," I go, "Fine, that's okay." But then they go, "Right, but I don't know how to do maps or WooCommerce," and I go, "But what are you asking for to say you don't know how to do maps? What do you mean?" And obviously, I think what they mean is they want a directory website that puts it on a map. Well, I would use the My Listing theme. I think that's a great theme to use for directory websites. So what are they using? They're obviously building a directory website. Are they using a theme or plugin, GeoDirectory, Listing Pro? What are they using? And it reminds me of a lot of the comments that we see on the Elementor Facebook community where people go and put, "Hey, my website's not working. This button's not working." And the question, my replies, you'll notice there's always a consistent approach. What Elementor versions have you got? Because sometimes people have got Elementor Dev. Well, then, of course, things aren't going to work. What theme are you using? What Elementor add-ons have you got? What optimization tools you got? One of them is bound to kind of like kick it. Exactly, Peter. There's two in 2 days I've had. I get this quite a lot, though. I get a lot of emails, and someone contacted me via the Elementor experts. Yesterday was they contacted me via Elementor experts. This was the one who had an office in claimed to have an office in the USA and India. I don't think they had anything in the USA. And then this other one who is based in, they live in Australia, right? And further support, whatever, but it's like they're trying to like convince you, "Oh, we got loads of contacts in the United Arab Emirates. Oh, this could be really good for you." What do you mean is good? How does it work? What are you after? What do you want? Oh dear, Peter, have you got one too? Giant cheesy whatsits. Can you see whatsits? Am I missing something, Charlie? Charlie, you're gonna have to. I'm missing something, Charlie. You've just went and said giant cheesy. What? Am I missing something? Hey, Dave. Hey, Morgan. Right. So, really simple. Okay, let's keep it really simple. Okay, so let me just change my camera angle so you can see my face in full view. Boom. Okay. Charlie, don't sink into it's like skips. You just melt in your mouth. Right. So in the past, Morgan, you're used to section, column, right? You got this entire window right now that you're looking at is a section. We have column 1 and we have column 2. Column 1, column 2. Inside column 1, you will have header, images, whatever. In column 2, you might have an image and an inner section maybe. I don't recommend inner sections, but you might have one. Hey, Mark, right? Now, the section is called a container. This entire window is a container. What we used to call column 1 and column 2 is now container. So we got container. Here, where you got an inner section, that is also called a container. So we got container, and then we got a container here inside this container as well. So parent container, child container, and then you'll have inbred containers over here, okay? Crazy stuff going on here, crazy stuff. The thing you got to get your head around is that the way how when you drag things on, initially they will drag next door to one another. When you have a section and you drag things in, or even into a column, things go beneath one another, don't they? Header, text editor, button, they go underneath one another. Now with your container, they will go side by side. Header, text editor, image, button. But with the container, you can change it to go from like that to go like that. And you can change your alignment. Now then, I can't go massive detail into it, Morgan. And the reason is because tomorrow, in fact, when I say tomorrow, in 12 hours time, 12 hours, do you like that one, Jason? Inbred containers. It's cool, isn't it? So in 12 hours time, a new video is coming out that I'm currently editing, which is all about the flex container, the parent container, the child container, the inbred container. Okay? 12 hours. So I show you the effect on an existing section, what happens when you convert it, but then also from scratch, understanding. And the key thing is that hasn't been covered very well by other people at the moment is how you got to also start thinking about your alignment, containers next door to containers or below, but then also wrapping containers. A wrapping container means you could have 3 containers side by side, but this container goes over here. So you've got 2 containers, right, in a row structure, so they're side by side. A column structure would be one underneath one another, but we're going side by side. But then you have another container that is underneath. Well, if you're doing a row, they've got to go that way. But how do you do that and then wrap it to get another container here? And you decide which one goes where. So 12 hours time, okay? So you're all going to be learning about, in 12 hours time, inbred containers. Which sounds really dodgy, doesn't it? But 12 hours time, okay? That's quite a timely question you asked there, Morgan. I think that's the first time anyone's asked a question and I've gone, yes, we've just done the video for that today. And like I said earlier, it was a 90-minute video. And I reckon it will only be about half an hour long because roughly an hour of that was, I have to be honest, when you're making the transition from section columns and the way we do it to flex containers, it's a bit frustrating because you're having to almost unlearn or reverse or get out of your head how you did it before to how you can do it now. And how you do it now is flexible. It's why we call it the flex container. But there is a bit of a learning curve, but the video tomorrow will clarify a lot of that. And future videos, I'm planning to do quite a few, which are really going to go into like, making a header, doing the things we used to do, like just like that. Oh yeah, we're going to do social icons here, navigation menu here, easy. It's just getting to think a little differently in how you do it, but once you know how to do it, you'll be fine. But what are the benefits? So I haven't tested it. I haven't done it in the video, Charlie, but I did test it where I had a page with an original section, okay, and hey Tony, how you doing? I hope it's nice and good weather in Spain. So the page speed insights was okay. It wasn't that bad actually because it was just a hero banner section, but it had 2 columns in it. Okay, I then redid it where it was a container with a container, and the speed was quicker, number one, but the amount of code was a lot more smaller. I'll have to do a proper video on it, but it's all about the page speed. You know how we all talk about the DOM? We all talk about the amount of CSS code in the background for every little thing that Elementor do, and people do whinge a lot about how heavy it is. This now strips a lot of that out. I love my analogies. Me and analogies are like eating and going to the toilet. They happen. Sometimes unpredictably, they happen. And they always make sense because you can relate to it. Kind of. But yeah, it's once you understand it, you'll be fine with it. So And the beauty is, though, and here's the thing I will remind people of, yeah, is that if you've got a website and you update to 3.6, 3.61, right, you now have the ability to do containers. However, your sections will remain as they are. And if you don't want to make the move completely to containers because you still want to learn it, you can still duplicate your existing section and it will still maintain the section and column structure. If you try to create a brand new section or a new area, you have to use the container. There's no way around it. But if you've already got a section, just duplicate it and then rearrange it and get rid of stuff, add stuff. So you can still mix and match with the section and the container. And I gotta be honest, the fact that Elementor put in this convert option, so you can literally click it and it creates a copy and it converts it into the new container layout. Brilliant, brilliant way to help your learning curve. So Jason, when you say overlapping, you mean obviously with like when you're overlapping columns and stuff, you know, the way we used to. Yes and no. Because now it's containers. However, you still have Z indexing. You still have the ability to do left and right margins. You can still rearrange things. So, very slightly different way because the Z index is still the same. Just a slightly different way. But again, there's some of the videos I'm planning to do. Because it's almost like a lot of the, I mean, a lot of past videos I've done, whatever, I feel like I've got to redo some of them now with the new container layout. And I'm planning to do like a one-page website page, whatever, you know, header, hero banner, midsection, testimonials, whatever, all of that, but using the containers just to reinforce the fact that the way you build, a lot of it won't change because your content is your content. The only thing that changes is how we used to think about the way we did the layout. And what I will say is that the sections, so in the past when you create a new section, you picked from, you know, the grey options, 1 column, 2 column, 4 columns, 3 columns, whatever. One of them's really wide, one of them's thin. Now when you pick a container, you have some of those, but you now have like a mosaic layout. So little container, big container, little one, big, you know, it's a little bit, it's different than just having the column layout. So it now allows you straight out the bat to go, oh, I've really wanted to do that style, but I wasn't comfortable with doing an inner section into a container, a column and all of that. Now it will give you the parent container, the child container, and the inbred container. So 12 hours time, well, 11 hours and 42 minutes. Oh, hey, thanks, Stefan. By the way, Stefan, I've been so tied up this morning. I haven't had a chance to check any YouTube comments or Facebook comments just yet. I've got quite a few I've got to look at because I'm still in editing mode. But yeah, thanks. Great to have you. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Stefan, it's not just Elementor. WordPress, websites, could be about business, could be about marketing, could be about clients. We have even discussed now and again, we've even talked about the Ukraine war. We've talked about religion at one point. We talked about relationships. We've talked about food, barbecue, burgers. Don't you just want a burger right now? We talk about all sorts, all right? So go and ask. Of course, go ahead, ask. The great thing is we have an amazing group of people on this chat. Amazing. There's so much personalities, experience, skill sets. If I ain't got a clue and I don't know, someone else will. In fact, does anybody want to know how many calories or carbohydrates there are in a cheesy What's-It? Charlie will tell us. How much are there in just one What's-It? The giant ones as well, Charlie. How many carbs and calories? Exactly what, so I just knows what Carapaz said. Yeah, once you get your head around it, doing much more complex designs becomes easier because a lot of it is there for you. You just got to get your head around what I call the direction, the alignment, the justify, the wrapping. Once you get your head around that, it starts to sink in. And the thing I mentioned in the video many times is section had certain settings. Column had certain settings. And some things you had to do in the section and some things you had to do in the column. Because it's now container and containers within, if you go down that route, whatever you do in the parent container, you can replicate with a child container. So you just need to get your head around it once, and then you're away. So Stefan, multi-vendor website, customer buy product. Oh no, do you know what? I can't remember the plugin name. Has anyone got a recent plugin they've used that would do this? I'm trying to think. There was. I can't remember if it was a JavaScript you could add also to code snippets. Can anyone answer that for Stefan? So any plugins that anyone knows of that integrates with WooCommerce? Is it WooCommerce? By the way, Stefan, are we talking about WooCommerce or are we talking about just generally like a button somewhere? So just generally, are we talking about WooCommerce? Because obviously they've got to buy something. OBS. I'm using OBS, Morgan, which is free. OBS is free, right? And for my video editing, I'm using iMovie, which is free. I know other people will use other products that cost more as well, but I'm totally fine. Hey, Mahboob, I'm totally fine with iMovie and OBS. And I've made myself big here so you can still see me. Yes, Stefan, can anyone answer that? So if he's using WooCommerce and he's using maybe PayPal or Stripe, any plugins or solutions they could use whereby whenever someone buys a product, so let's say the cost is $100, Stefan gets $10 and the seller, whoever, gets $90. Any plugins? By the way, Stefan, have you done a Google search? So do a Google search. You want to do WooCommerce plugin commission. WooCommerce plugin commission. When you get your results in Google, then, and I might do it as well, do a search on the latest month results. So if I'm going to do WooCommerce plugin commission, and I think I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there is one. Sales agent. Look, there's one here. Sales agent commission plugin. Oh no, that one you got to pay for. Let me try and find you one where you don't have to pay for it one. You might just need to do a search on Google. Yeah, there's got to be something you could use. Hey, Mahboob, no, we're all okay. We're all okay. Well, the WooCommerce have one already. So this is what WooCommerce have. And this one integrates into WooCommerce. Just double check that does exactly what you want though, okay? Yeah, I mean, I'll see if I can find another solution for that as well. Yeah, like Mark said. Yeah, Jason, break. What's wrong? Why are you taking a break from Pepsi Max? What's going on? Right, I need to edit this video. I'm just sat here talking to you all, aren't I? I need to edit this video. Ajax URL. Any particular page you get that problem, Charlie? Or was it just across the site? Tons of rubbish I got to edit out of this video. Only on the home. And where are you getting that mirror? Where are you getting that error message, Charlie? Obviously it's on the home page, but where are you seeing it? Yeah, Stefan, I've made a note of it. Okay, so if if the next 2 or 3 days I find a better solution, I'll pump out a video for it. So, Mahboob, when you say the container background overlay not working, any solution, what exactly do you mean when it's not working? What exactly is not working? Is it that it's not visible, it's not viewing? Oh dear, Jason. Really? Wow. You might be sensitive then to I think you're sensitive to all the vegetables they use to make this. So I think you're sensitive to vegetables. Yeah, only on laptop, Charlie. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I have to be honest, I'm not sure why you'd get that. That is a strange one though, Jason, because I was going to say maybe if you caught something. Okay, here's my next question, Jason. Who did you kiss? Who have you kissed? Hey, between when you had the Pepsi Max or not? That's probably what you caught. How can I find more clients? I'm struggling. Romania live. Okay, so Romania. Do you have a name, by the way? Because I don't want to keep saying Romania if your name is nothing like that, or Rom. How do you currently... So we've got to break it down, right? How do you currently get clients? Okay, how do you currently get them? And, yeah, how do you currently get them? Right, okay, so Mahboob, when you say it's not showing, the overlay, okay, it's not showing. Haha, no one, Jason. When it's, when you say it's not showing, Mahboob, have you published and then viewed your page incognito? So don't just view it on the website in edit mode. Don't just hit preview. Have you actually viewed that page in incognito? Yeah, hey Dave. No, and because it's because you have a background slideshow and then you have the background overlay, the overlay should automatically go ahead of the slideshow, so you won't need to worry about the Z index. But Mahbub, have you viewed the page incognito? So not edit, not preview. See what you get then, because sometimes Elementor doesn't always show it, so you got to go out to see it. So Romania, how do you currently get clients? Are you Fiverr? Are you Upwork? Are you, yeah, and different browsers as well. In fact, yeah, what browser are you using, Mahbub? If you say Firefox, you're doomed. Anyone on Firefox is doomed. Right, so you advertise on TikTok. That is not going to get you a lot, I'm telling you now. Right, people generally, unless you're selling like a beauty product or something, or health and fitness, you're not going to get a lot, I think. Cold email. Yeah, cold email is not these days, right? Yeah, I know people have a different opinion to it. Cold email doesn't, I'm not a fan of it, but it might work for some. Hey, Zanti. I need to get back to you, Zanti, by the way, about your email. Stephen, got your name now. Yeah, go do it in incognito, Google Chrome. Yeah, go for incognito and try that. So Romania, when you have had a client, what have you said to your client at the end of it? Inception, yeah. What do you say to your client after you've built a website, Stephen? So what my advice is, you say to them, look, if you refer anyone to us and they get a website built, we'll give you $50 or $100. You work out the best rate. They might actually find people for you because they're getting paid out of it if it is successful website built, not just a blank referral. The other thing you got to consider then is what is your niche area, Stephen? So when you build websites, okay, do you just build all sorts of websites, or do you like to focus on a niche area? So is it like e-commerce websites? Is it personal trainer websites? Is it I don't know, boxer shorts? What is it do you like to what's your niche area? I would say though, marketing videos on Facebook and Insta, I would say rather than paying to do that, I would say just use social media. Use social media for free to get yourself out there. Like Dave said, £100, you know, they could get you clients. You know, for every £100, how many leads are you really going to get? How many actually convert into a client? And you got to think about, like, you know, all someone's got to do is click and then not really care, and you've lost the money. Yeah, so Tony, what I would say before you do it, or as you're doing it, make a backup of your website and work on your sections, okay? So Mahbub, have you regenerated your CSS and purged your site and purged your server? Have you regenerated your CSS, purge your site, purge your server? Okay, just checking back the question here. Yes, so social media, Publer.io is free for 5 social media accounts. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Just send out free messages. So I'm now linking in what Stephen has said back to what Mark's just said. So you say local businesses, right? But when you say local businesses, is it all sorts? Is it different types of businesses, or is it like, because when you say you're going to build websites for local businesses, well, you've literally restricted your market straight away. So what you now got to think about is those local businesses. How local are they? Next door, down the road, same city, same country, same continent. What are we talking about when you say local? And once you've built the local, well, that's it. There's no more opportunity. You know, so what's your opportunity? And even when you say local business, what kind of businesses are they? Well, yeah, Romania. So Stephen, here's the idea. Let's say, right, so I don't want to know numbers, okay? But can you tell me Of all the businesses you've built websites for, which type of website or business was the most fun? Which one did you really like doing? Which ones was it? Build a website, landscaping website, volcano exploration website, hairstyle website, barbers, restaurants, food, shopping. What kind of website did you really enjoy working on? And what type of customer were they? So what was their business? So was it a shop website and they sold trainers, sports clothes, sports bags? Was it a furniture website? All sorts of furniture, beds, sofas, rugs. You know, what so of all the websites you built, what kind did you enjoy the most, got the most satisfaction out of? You feel like this is where you really show off your skill set and what you can do, and what kind of business were they? Because this is all about, right, so construction, right? Because this is something like, I know Mark will back me up on this, this is where people always say, oh, I want to get more leads, but they haven't identified yet, what is your ideal client? Who's your ideal client? What can you offer and give them that is going to help them succeed in their business? Because if you can identify that, you then start niching down into construction websites. You start joining Facebook groups that are to do with construction. You start finding on LinkedIn people that do construction and whatever, or work in the building trade, and you start to show off that you're really good at doing these kind of websites. Maybe, just maybe, they'll come to you when they want a website. But I can tell you right now, how many construction people do you think are right now sat there on TikTok? And I don't think there will be many. Because I don't see many construction videos on TikTok. Hardly any. And because it's more used by the younger generation market, you got to be honest, it's used more by the younger market, they're not going to be thinking about construction. So think about ideal client, ideal customer. What can you do for them? What problem can you solve? What can you deliver? How can you help them in their business? Where do they hang out? There might be a Facebook group to do with construction, building, architecture, right? Building materials, concrete, whatever. LinkedIn, there'll be loads of people there. You got to connect with them and then start every day doing a post about a website you're working on, a new client you're working on, a new problem you're solving, a new way of working. But paying for adverts that just go out onto social media, it's half the time it's dead money. It is dead money. And believe me, dead money is dead. The minute you let it go out your wallet, it's gone. And what was the value for what you got on it? Yeah, LinkedIn, you connect, and we did a podcast on this as well, where just trying to find the link to the podcast. Where is it? Where we talk about the 3 ways you can get. In fact, let me just get you a video you might need to watch about how you can use LinkedIn to connect, build up your profile, start joining groups and chatting to people who are more likely to listen or give a damn about what you're saying. Let me get... Here we go. So you might want to watch that video there, okay? Again, Botoni, the same thing. They'll be on LinkedIn. Estate agents, they're professionals. They will be on LinkedIn. They're building up their network and doing stuff like that. There will be Facebook groups, I bet, for estate agents. You need to find them and connect with them. Chat to them, show them what you can do. Show them the directory websites, the mapping, the search facility. Yeah, so what you've got there, Stephen, is quite varied. And that's okay, because it shows you've got lots of skills there. But then it's all about thinking about, right, where do you think is the bigger opportunity? Where do you think is the big opportunity? So those 3 construction ones, right? If you were to email all of them today, you go back to them, you email them and you say, hey, we're starting off a referral incentive scheme, which is never ending. If you know anyone who wants a website, doesn't have to be just construction, it'd be great if it was, who wants a website, and you refer them to me, I mean you when I say me, right, they refer to you, and they get a website built, you will pay the referrer $100, assuming you get $1,000 for your website, assuming, right? You'll give them $100. Maybe $50. It's got to be in relation to what you're going to earn as a profit. And you don't pay them until you've received payment for the website. So you're not paying them out your back pocket, you're paying them out of the profit. And you've probably already factored that into the cost you've given to the person who's getting a website built. And then you say to the new client, right, you know anyone who wants a website and you refer to me, I will give you $50 and $100, whatever. So if they refer and the website's built or whatever is built, they get money. The new client refers, they get money. The new client from a new client refers and a website's built, they get money. You're literally creating a payment scheme, and it's not a pyramid. It's not like, well, you get a bit, you get a bit, you get a bit. No, you're in control of the income and the money, and you pay whoever referred. Whoever, maybe someone comes to you and says, oh yeah, I was sent to you by da-da-da-da-da-da, right? That person, if they're a previous client of yours, you pay them out of the profit. All of a sudden, you've got people sending to you. Word of mouth. And if I wanted a website built and I went to speak to someone, they were like, oh yeah, I know someone. Yeah, they're really good. I am more likely to use them than pick up my phone and go, right, let's go and find let's go find someone who builds website. Oh yeah, we'll go for that one. Maybe that one. Word of mouth trumps so much because there's been trust built because your friend or your family or someone you know, even a forum, a Facebook group, a LinkedIn page, whatever, has said, hey, my website was built by Imran of Web Squadron. Oh my God, it was great. The communication, the presentation, the design, everything, the price, it was all great. I'm so happy and chuffed with what I got. And you're seeing that and you want a website, what are you going to do? Go to Google and go, right, who does one? Oh, we'll go for him. Or you're going to go for the one that was recommended. Because after you've checked them out and they've got their own website or portfolio, or you're able to get in touch and they get back to you really quickly or honestly or however they do it, and the rapport builds up, trust builds up, transparency, honesty, integrity, who are you going to use? Let's just go to Fiverr and get a cheap website, or let's just talk to someone I found on Google. Or are you going to work with someone you trust? And the same thing goes with Fiverr. You could go to Fiverr and the one that connects with you the most, the one who gets you. I don't mean talks the same language. I'm talking about they get you. They get the business. They've built similar websites. They've got examples. They can, without telling you everything, they know the solution. And the great thing is they're not going to say, yeah, you got to go for dirt. But oh, I'm really sorry, the cost of this plugin is $200 and $30 and $1,000, whatever. They're giving you cost-effective solutions and they're telling you why it benefits you. Why does it benefit you? Why do I always use the My Listing theme when I do a directory website? Because for the client, they get the maps, they get a search facility, they get a process for users or applicants to apply and use it. There's a security built into it. There's approval. There's this, there's that. And it integrates with Elementor. It integrates with Elementor. So why would I want to give them a solution which I'm not sure if it integrates with Elementor? We'll try and tackle it. We hit a brick wall. Now I'm struggling. Now I'm panicking. Now I'm stressed. I've got to find a coder to do some JavaScript. Oh my God, they've not done what I want. The client's paid money. I feel obligated. Oh my God, panic sets in. Be confident in what you can do so you don't overstretch yourself. But then if you know what you're doing and what you can do and what you're capable of, you can relay that confidence and that trust and integrity to the client. And of course, if you want a lot more guidance and support in understanding and going, thinking differently about these kind of things, the Mastery membership, it's there. It's where we do. There's only so much I can do on live chats, and I don't want to go too much into detail. Otherwise, I'm diluting the Mastery, which is not at all. But there's loads more workbooks, proposal documents, stuff like that to help you out with the Mastery membership. But I hope that gets your brain ticking. So instead of TikTok, get this to be TikToking. Unless you're into health and fitness and beauty products and stuff like that, or you like to make people laugh, the TikTok is only going to work for a certain type of audience and clientele. Where you're trying to build websites, not so much. And I have seen some really bad advertising at the moment on TikTok. There's a company, and I'm not going to name them. All I'm going to say is the initials EM, right? They market a lot on Facebook and TikTok, right? And I have spoken to them, and I have spoken to companies that worked with them. They are notoriously bad. They care more about taking your money and then dropping you in an ocean. But they are so clever with their marketing to make out that they are experts. They are expert con artists is what they are. So yeah. Find out about your ideal client. Find out about your ideal market. And then nail it. Nail it. Hey, what's happened? Everyone's gone quiet. So like I said, yeah, in just over 11 hours, a video about Flex containers, using it, working with it, making that transition from section columns to container is going to coming out in just over 11 hours. Too loud? Are you sure? Let me just check my microphone level. Yeah, I'm editing a video, so recorded it, editing it, chatting live, and just doing what I do. Have you tried putting the volume down, Peter? I mean, this is a top quality microphone, so I would say put the volume down. Oh, I tell you what, Zanti, it's a bad thing to do because I have made mistakes. Sometimes I'm doing something and your production... Oh, sorry, Peter. See, I just went and checked my microphone levels as well. No, I was... When I'm doing this, production levels drop immensely, okay? So I would probably say I could get this video edited in about an hour. It will take me 3 hours now because I'll probably spend 2 hours on a live chat and then I will do it slow down. And then obviously live chat, you got to you're kind of trying to survey stuff, and right now I've got 8 messages pop through on Facebook as well. I just need to double check and quickly respond to them. I don't like leaving people hanging if they pose a question, because I always feel like they might be waiting for an answer. Yeah, sure, Charlie. Yeah. Do you know something, Xanthi? I've been thinking about this where, like, I find I once tried to do it when I was working, but I have to be honest, when I have so many fantastic people chatting on the live chat, it's very easy to kind of switch from working to going onto the live chat, answering questions and stuff like that. Yeah, Ali, go and ask your question. That's all right. Background music. I'm still uncertain because obviously you got to be careful that you don't play copyright music and stuff like that. Yeah, your live will get muted or taken off. Because I'm using OBS, I need to just sort out how I would do the sound. I mean, I could just download YouTube audio music. There's some pretty cool ones there, like dance music or ambient music. I could start playing stuff like that. So Charlie has just sent a page over. It's a nice page, Charlie. Yeah, Ali, by the way, you know, like Mark said, ask your question. But can you play Spotify on YouTube, though? Can you, Xanthi? I don't know. I always get confused by what you can and can't do. Never used WPMoo before. WAPMoo, WAPMoo. Never used them. But yeah, if they're good, if it's working for you, Jason, you got to go with where you get a good vibe. Yeah, Charlie, I'm looking at it. It's okay, Charlie. It's fine. Just one minor thing. Copyright music free, yeah. I have had a few occasions though, Xanthi. You can't. YouTube doesn't allow users to share links. So you have to email me and then I'll put the link on. So Charlie, just one little thing. And this is so minor, right? This is so minor. You don't have to do this, okay? But you know where you've got the Manta Ray cleaning station box? That green box, right? Look on the left side. Can you see the left side is about 5 pixels too much to the left? Can you see what I mean when you look at it? So when you look at it, it's about 5 pixels to the left. If you could just make that start in line with the gallery above with the images. If you could do that, yeah, you got to email me the links. And I'll put the email address up here as well again. Yeah, do you see what I mean, Charlie? So I would say, rather than you faffing around with all your pages, I would say, let me just put my finger here. Yeah, either move the box a little bit to the left or move the gallery a bit to the... No, sorry. Either move the green box to the right or move the images to the left. Yeah, you see that? I spot that, don't I? Sometimes I see something and I sit there and I'm like that. I'm like, and I sit there going up and down with my mouse going, It's like finding a hair in your lamb biryani. And you go, did that come from the lamb? No. It's got conditioner on it. No, it hasn't. I'm joking. That's never happened to me. I'll tell you guys a story. Once with work, this is about, we're going back to 2008, right? Long time ago. We all went to this like a Moroccan restaurant. And there was about 12 of us. And someone at work brought one of their friends. And we're all there eating. And I remember at the time, yeah, me and my manager, we were next to each other talking. And we suddenly both noticed this person across the table who none of us knew. He's eating this like, it was like a lamb curry kind of sauce thing, right? And he went like this. And he literally went like this. Boom. He pulled out a hair, dropped it into his plate, quickly called over the waitress and went, look at this. Can I have a refund for this, please? After he's eaten 3/4 of it. And the waitress was like, and me and the manager went, no, stop. And we called him out. We said, no, he did that in front of us. And the guy was like, no, I didn't. We were like, we both saw you do it. He wasn't even that far. I mean, the table, he must have been about that far away from us. We saw him go boom and pop it in. You know, and he was like, no. We're like, we just saw you do it. And the waitress was like, and we were like, no. And we even said to the waitress, please don't bother him, right? And he will still pay the full price, okay? You know, and I was just disgusted because I'll tell you what, if I'm one of those people where I actually like to think about the feelings of other people. So if someone does something wrong, I will call them out. Or if someone offends me, I will say, hey, you can't do that. Oh, what are you doing? But what I have to say, I see this a lot and it really gets on my nerves. So, you know, you're in a shop somewhere or a restaurant and there's someone ordering food, but they treat the waiters and the waitresses like they're dirt. Hey, you, come over here. Oh, yo, clear my drinks up. Oi, where's my food gone? Oh, oi, this ain't hot enough. What? And they talk to them like they are scum. And I feel like that is a person. You don't know their background. You don't know how many hours they're doing. You don't know what tips they get. You don't know what their life is like. And you're now making them feel bad and worse in front of everyone. Because they never do it quietly, do they? Like, hey, you, what's this? You know, they really make a big deal about it sometimes. And I always find that, you know, I don't like that. And if someone has done something wrong, you call them out on it. But when some people, I've seen so many times, they make a big deal over nothing, right? A massive deal. Like someone in another place once, they ordered food and they weren't happy that the potatoes were not big because the potatoes were that big and not that big. And it's like, well, where does it on the menu say how big the potatoes are? It doesn't. So deal with it. Oh no, Mark, I'll be posting it. I'll be doing the link. I always post it about an hour before. I always do it an hour before, Gerald. So about 4 p.m. UK time, I then post it. So don't worry. Hey, Mahboob. Stephen, I would not use bots for outreach in LinkedIn. Do it organically. Do it normally. The bots, you know, you can use Publer to post to LinkedIn, but I wouldn't use a bot. I'm glad you spelled that correctly, Mark. The more you can do organically. Exactly, George. You know what I mean? It's like I don't like it when people feel like they have the right to treat people badly just because they've paid for something and that comes down to web clients. Web clients do often think that, oh, because I've paid for a service, I can now tell you to do what I want you to do, how I want it to do it, and I own your life. That's how sometimes they behave, and you have to always go, whoa, hold on. Nope, we are professionals. Take care, Mark. So anyway, we digressed a little bit into hair. Hair today, gone tomorrow. God, the amount of stories I could reel off here, do you know? The amount of stories I could tell you about. Crazy stuff, always. But yeah, that guy. Never saw him again, luckily. Never saw him again. You know, and he did something else as well that night. And I don't know if I should tell you guys this. And this really annoyed me as well. Okay, this really annoyed me. So the whole point of the hair gone. The whole point of that evening when we went to Morocco was because one of the guys from work, who's one of my best friends, went to his wedding and everything. One of my best friends, okay. Yeah, but Gerald, to be honest, Gerald, it's thinking about get all your resources, your logo, your color scheme, your images, get all of that. But then, the key thing, Gerald, is you need to go away and do homework and research on going to sleep in second bedroom. You need to do research on other websites. You need to look at what competitors are doing. What is their layout? What are they doing? because that's what you've got to do. You've got to find out what are they doing. Right, back to the story. So we're going to this Moroccan restaurant. One of the guys, it was his birthday. So his girlfriend, who we'd all gotten to know like a year earlier, she'd come over as well from Peterborough. She'd come over. And this other guy who sat over here, who was a friend of someone who wasn't even that much of a friend, our friend at work, but he came along as well to this event. And he just happened to bring one of his friends, right? We never understood why he did that. Like, why? Who said he was allowed to come and bring a friend along with him? No, no one else brought their partners or friends. The only person who did was Matthew, our friend, who brought his girlfriend. Anyway, this other guy sits across the table, right? And for quite a lot, many times, he did this. So she's sitting over here, he did this. And he wasn't looking at her face or her plate. He was like this. And he was literally looking at her top and her cleavage. And I remember saying to him, I remember saying to him, what are you doing? He was like, oh, no. He goes, what? I go, what are you doing? And he goes, what? And you didn't want to say it out loud. That's one of the things I didn't want to say out loud. I said, what are you doing? He was like, what? And I swear, it really peeved me off. Because number one, that was my friend's girlfriend. Okay. Number two, she was also now a friend because we got to know her as well. And I felt like, seriously? This was in 2008. Like, seriously? Grow up? And he wasn't young. This guy must have been in his late 20s as well. You know, it's like, grow up. Oh, dear. Something's really got my nerves. Right, so Gerald. Yep, David, wording can be important. So, Gerald, you're saying there's no competitors. However, there are other photography websites. There are other concert... To be honest, Gerald, there are other websites out there that do photography or concert music websites. They are out there. Just do a search for music photography. Do a search for music photography. Do a search for concert photography. There will be websites. Hey, Stacey. Like right now, if I go to Google and I do concert photography, look, there's websites. I'm finding websites on here. Concert photography, music photography, Alan Perry, concert photography. So there's websites out there. This one's got rock music. There are websites out there. So all you got to do is do a search. It might not be the exact business you're doing, but there will be there. Yeah, theatre photography. Morgan, my margins on my site are wide and empty. I'm using a theme but rarely use it. Is it difficult to remove the theme without totally trashing? Depends how you created your content. So if you created your content on post and pages, you should be fine. You should be fine. What I would say you do, Morgan, though, is you make a backup. Can you do a staging site? Do a staging site and do everything there. Yeah, take care, Sammy. Good to have you again. Take care. Do a staging site and then change your theme. I would recommend Hello Theme. I always do because it's good at what it does. And it does very little, but it's bloody good at what it does. But you take care, Zampy. So you have got a staging site. You only say yes. Is that the staging site, Morgan? So make a staging site. Switch the theme to something else. Assess the damage. Fix it. Do what you need to do with it. And then overwrite your existing site with the staging site. Because your existing site will still be live. God, we're covering loads of topics today, aren't we, in this live? And I'm only going to be live, by the way, for another 30 minutes. Or an hour. Right, I'm just going to go grab something to eat. I'll be back in 2 minutes, okay? So back in 2 minutes. Let me just put it in there. Back in 2 mins. All right, just got to go. That needs a new one as well. It's right, I'm back. Do you know which movie I haven't got round to watching yet? No, Gerald. No, Gerald. You need to be just a bit more specific with what you're searching for. But it's like So right, let me give you some links then. Okay, so ha ha ha. Yes, global colors, global fonts. Amazing, aren't they? So these links are for Gerald. So that's just some to help you out with. Right, yeah, West Side Story. I haven't got around to watching the updated Spielberg version. I want to watch that. I love that film. I really love that film. A lot of people go, "Oh, it's such an old film," but I love it. You know, for me, for me, it's the classic Romeo and Juliet almost story. But I love it. I want to live in America. I want to done America. America. It's like so many people just don't know, like the song Tonight. When you hear it, people know it. They hum to it. They don't know it's from the West Side Story, do they? Tonight, tonight. You know, but I really want to watch that. Has anyone watched it? Has anyone seen the new West Side Story version by Spielberg? Has anyone seen it? Come on, George. I bet you've seen it. Bet you danced to it. I bet you break dance when you watch West Side Story. I just ate a big bit of chicken without chewing it properly. Do you even like the original, Charlie? I bet you're going to go, no, don't like it. Hate it. I bet you were like, I thought it was a story. It's got nothing to do with the story. Did you, Peter? What role did you play? I probably won't know because I can't remember all the character names. But what role did you play? But yeah, I really want to watch that film. Just because it's just some wonderful memories. I watched it when I must have been about 8 or 9 when I first watched it. No, 10. 10, in fact, no. Yeah, 10-ish, I think. And you have a lot of memories of that film. No, Peter, you're not an extra. You are part of a team. You are never an extra. Okay, you were an extra. Well, you got to be with the dance moves, don't you? With all of the movements they used to do and stuff. What was that song? Officer... Is it Officer Digby? No, Officer Digby. No, I can't know how it goes now. Tonight. Oh, George, I didn't know that. I was about to say, what is the Wallace? I was going to go, what's the Wallace? The waltz, yeah. Oh, okay. Well done. What is my go-to LMS plugin? Paid Membership Pro. Paid Membership Pro. I don't like to use LMS plugins because they all limit you in what you can do. So they're good at some stuff, but they won't do everything you want. So Paid Membership Pro means I can set up a membership. When I build it how I want, I will have the pages how I want, the course page, whatever. I will do what we want to do. And Paid Membership Pro is free. Recurring memberships, one-off memberships, free memberships. You can set it up how you want. Paid Membership Pro. Fall from buildings, Peter. Hey, UV, how you doing? Right, so Gerald, here's the bit. We cover this in one of the workbooks. So what you do is you take competitor websites or similar websites, right? And what you're doing, Gerald, is, so the 3 links I sent you, right? You open all 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And I think the second one has, there's loads of options in there. You go to all these websites and you look at them and go, what do you like about them? You say you might like the menu from this website, the hero banner from this website, the section from this website, the testimonial from this website. You're creating a catalogue of what do you like. So it doesn't matter what pictures they got. It doesn't matter what wording they got. It doesn't matter about the font. It's about the design and the layout. And that should inspire you to then go, right, what are you going to do for yours? So it doesn't matter that you don't like them, but it's like there might be something they've done. You go, I like how they did that. That's what you'll do for yours. What you're not doing is saying, it doesn't matter if the whole page is crap. There'll be a part of it that connects with you. Hey, Soom. Right, so Morgan. Okay, yeah. So UV. Right, so UV, I talk about this a lot, so I'm going to say you just need to watch this video, okay? So go and watch this, UV. Watch that video. Yep, LearnDash. Peter's an expert in that. Right, Morgan. So Morgan, do you have posts, like blog posts? Do you have blog posts, Morgan? If you do it on your post. When you have your single post template, have your adverts there maybe down by the side. They're not popping up. They're not in your face. They're down the side. Okay, if you haven't got them there, then what you could also do is maybe have them, they could be at the bottom of your homepage before you get to the footer, or in the footer. They could be there. What you want to do is make them be there, but they're not right at the top. They're not in your face. They're not popping up. They're not like, oh, look at this, look at this. Yeah? So it could be maybe like at the bottom of your homepage or your about page or your contact page. You've got them there and they're at the bottom near the footer. So it's not taking over the reason you have the page. Hey, Inderpreet, good to see you again. This chair is so uncomfy, you know. I have to keep rearranging. But yes, assume. But have you done what I've said about the LinkedIn, posting on social media, joining Facebook or LinkedIn groups related to your niche area? Are you saying to your previous clients, if you refer to me for a website, I will pay you when the website is built. Have you done that? If you don't do that, then there is no bulletproof. Anyone out there that says, yeah, bulletproof method, I know where to shove that bullet, okay? But there is no bulletproof method. Don't believe what people say. Look at that, I just chopped off 10 minutes of that video. About referral, I tried it on my existing clients. They're like, can I white label you? Huh? Can you explain that? They're like, can I white label you? What do you mean? What do you mean white label you? What do you mean? What? I don't get that. So what would they... Can you explain then? So what would they want then? What do they want out of it? Oh, the free links, they were for Gerald. Those links for photography were for Gerald. In terms of helping him research photography websites, concert music. Concerts, music, stuff like that. God, do you know how much time I spent on this video? And there is so much rubbish. What I've done is I have just rearranged everything back to a very so let's review and do this. I'm just going to flick this back to be the row like that. I'm just going to flick. There you go. I've just cut 20 minutes off the video. Because it was rubbish. Just me going back onto myself. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly answer these questions. They're rather interested in white labelling me and provide their own website service, then getting paid £100 per... What? They'd rather interested in white labelling me and provide their own website service, then getting paid $100. Well, I'll tell you what, Zoom, can you see that working? So if they're going to white label and provide their own website service, right? But what would you make out of it then if they white labeled you? So what would you get? What would you get out of it? Yeah, take care, Morgan. No probs. Good to have you here. Insurance website, I have to be honest, Inderpreet, I don't know about that one. I mean, you're going to have to, obviously, you got to think about, like, where you're going to get the details from. You got to have a broker, who's going to feed in the information, the quoting system, the latest rates, being able to connect them to the right people if they decide to go ahead. That's a lot of work, and believe me, you need hundreds of thousands of pounds to invest to make that work in a very, very secure way. Okay, so Zoom, put down some numbers. Let's talk numbers, right? Okay, and by the way, whatever you say here, Zoom, right? I don't want anyone to say, oh, you're charging too little or whatever, because it all depends about where you are in the world and what people pay. So Zoom, let's just say, okay, basic website, okay. What's the client gonna pay for it? And how much of that money then would you get back for yourself? Give me those numbers. So are they going to pay $200 for a website and you get $100 out of it? How does it work? Hey, Matt. Oh, Matt, been up to loads. Well, we're live every day at the moment. We got a couple of websites we're working on. We got a new client that should be starting. Hopefully, it might be 2 weeks or next week. We're just clarifying the date. Loads more videos. Messing around with Flex containers. Got a video for that coming out. Did a video yesterday about WordPress plugins, which went down quite well. All right, so for white label, they're looking for a 50% cut. Okay, so 50% cut. Okay, so how much would the person having a website built pay? What would they pay? $50, $100, $200. What's the client? Before you do the 50-50, what are they going to pay soon? You secretly came in, Matt. Sometimes that's the best way to work, isn't it? Don't get dragged into the conversation. Yeah, so Zoom, what are they going to pay? What is the client who's having the website built going to pay? Take care, Peter. Catch you later, mate. What are they going to pay, Zoom? You don't have to be spot on accurate, but roughly $50, $100,000, $1 million. What are we looking at? Yeah, take care, Gerald. Catch you later. Okay, so you're selling a template changing website. Template changing website for $500, which I don't, but let's assume. Then I'll have to pay $250 for paying. What? Oh, you'll pay $250 back to them. Right, okay, so let us just say, right, so right, now let me now, hey Amr, right, so Zoom, stay with me on this, okay? This is important. Let me just put it onto full screen because it's easier. This is important now, Zoom. Hey, Azrael. No, thanks, and great to have you here, and I hope the live chats are a little bit more like natural because we talk about all sorts of things and stuff. So anything you want to talk about, website related or even not, we can cover it. So Zoom, back to you. Okay. Let's say right now, you get no clients for the next 4 weeks. No clients for 4 weeks. How much profit have you made? 0. For the next 4 weeks, no clients, 0 profit. I'm not talking about any maintenance or hosting packages you might have where income comes in. No. 4 weeks, 0 clients. Okay? Now then, let's say in those 4 weeks, you get a client a week. So that's 4 clients now, 1 per week. $250 per week. That's $1,000 that you made. So you got $1,000 or $0,000. Now let's reflect on the back. How many clients do you think these customers can get you? So this white labeling, look at the bigger picture now, right? How many clients do you think they can get you per month? How many clients do you think they can get you per month? Have a think. How many clients per month can they get you? Secondly, how much time do you, so this website, which is $500, how much time do you spend on it? So I want you to tell me 3 things right now. No, 2 things. How much time do you spend on that $500 website? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, how many days? Then tell me how many clients do you think they can get you in 1 month? How many clients do you think you're going to get? 2 things I want from you soon. So get out of bed, put your clothes on, sit up. 2 things. How many days do you take to do that $500 website? And how many websites do you think they can get you per month? 2 things. Give me that. Give it to me. Come on. Come on. Zoom. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me before I throw this at you. Give it to me. Because what we're now doing is Business Studies 101 here, okay? Demand management. Go on, George, jump in. Jump in. You're going to chime in anyway, George, if I care or not. Jump in, go on. Say your bit. Go for it. Right, couple of days. See, now here's the bit you need to find out from them. Yeah, there's no point you doing this if it's only now and again, right? What's the benefit of that? What you got to think about is like what you need to go back to them and say, okay, do you think you can get a client a week? Can they get you a client per week? Because if they can get you a client per week, that's $1,000 compared to $0. $1,000, 0. And if it's only going to take you a couple of days, if they can get you 1 a week, that's $1,000 for, say, 8 days work. Ooh, all of a sudden, this sounds pretty cool, right? Dropping your prices is never a good thing, but if they are able to do the hard work to get you clients, and you know you can get it done in a couple of days, it could become a win-win situation. Of course, though, don't undercut yourself. Don't undervalue your service and whatever. But if they can generate, what if they got you 2 clients a week? Now we're talking about $2,000 a month. Third question, Soom. What would you need to earn per month to be comfortable? And when I say comfortable, not to say, yeah, I've got money. No, to pay your way, to make sure that you've earned enough to pay your bills and whatever. What would you need to earn? Do you need to earn $200 a month, $500 a month, $800 a month? What would you need to earn? What would you need to earn? Yeah, and that's the other thing, George. Yeah, so what George is saying there is, this is where you really do have to be kind of careful. So what George is saying is very true. Like, these people, what can they get you? Where are they going to get it from? And are they going to then end up becoming your bosses where they go, right, we agreed we would do X. Right, you better do it now. So you need to be able to lay out properly what can you do, what can't you do. And the fact also is that they become like a sales team, whatever, but you have to be in control of what you take on. They can't make you take on something you don't want. Hey, Dave, that is a great model to have. That is such a good model to have. Yeah, you have a template, you have templates, and then you just rattle them out the door. 3 hours work. And as long as the customer provides the images and the content, that is a great recurring passive income. It's not passive completely, but that's a great recurring model to have. Definitely. Definitely. And all, you get 10 of them, it all starts to add up. So soon, what George is saying is very true. You got to know about, like, who are these people? Can they guarantee? Are they actually going to do it properly? And you got to stay in control as well. So you got to make sure, though, is that you got to also make sure that it's a partnership. And this is something I will say about all clients. When I work with a client, they do not own me. They're not in control of me. It's a partnership. Even though they're paying money, I'm also providing service. So it's a partnership. So if these people are saying, hey, yeah, we'll white label you and whatever, you have to then kind of go, right, okay. I mean, to be honest, Soom, you could work for an agency and they still own you because you're working for the agency. You got to have a partnership. You got to maintain control. But this company can get you work. If you know they'll be rolling in with work coming in, you might want to explore it, but you need to find out a few more stuff and details. However, you got to maintain control. And you don't want them to become your employers kind of thing. Maintain control. Not necessarily, Sue. Not necessarily, because like, what benefit does the agency get? So if the agency have employed you to create websites, why are they gonna train you up to be anything more than that? And it depends on the type of agency you have. So are the agency gonna like take you on as like train you up and develop you? Or do they only care about you building a website? And there are some agencies that are very notorious in the way that they'll take you on, and the minute you start asking for more money, they ditch you and they get someone else. Oh, we'll get someone else. They know they can, so they just get anyone else. An agency just has to say, right, we need some website designers and developers, and everyone goes rushing in. And they will take whoever can either give the most or whoever's the cheapest. We're not like that at all. Okay, we're not like that. But I tell you what, there are lots of companies in the UK who do that. They don't care about your life or anything. They just want the work done. I mean, I would say this, yeah, that... I mean, are you telling me, Soom, that every single of your clients where you've mentioned a referral scheme have said, yeah, we'll do it, but only if you pay us tons of money? Because if so, then just sod them and go elsewhere. And I know it sounds easy, go elsewhere, but I would say maybe don't waste your time with them. I'm only going to be live for another... I'm just checking the time, everyone. I'm only going to be live for another 20 minutes, 23 minutes. 23 minutes. What point do you consider while approaching an international client? Well, actually, international clients approached us. But at the same time, why is there anything to stop you? And if you've got a good portfolio or a reputation or reviews or credibility to back up what you say you can do, there's nothing to stop you, which is why Facebook, LinkedIn is so powerful. International, there's people from all over the world in these groups and whatever, if you know your niche market or ideal client. So there's nothing to stop you. What will go against you, though, and you've got to be brutally honest here, okay? If you are not... I have to be honest here. I'm going to be honest here, okay? I don't mean to offend anyone. If you're not very fluent in English or the way you come across, there might be some people internationally that don't want to work with you. There might be a breakdown in language, communication, understanding requirements, specification, and all that. It happens, right? So you got to think about that as well. But if you're able to get across your points, don't do what so many people do. Oh, yeah, I'll do your website. 110%, I'll do a good job, good price, I'll do all that. Don't do that. Don't sound generic. Get across your personality, but get across the fact that, look, you have to be honest here, okay? If you're trying to like work with a company in America and you can't walk, talk the talk or whatever, or join in with the banter or whatever, don't you're only going to get so far. So you got to think about, can you be confident in what you do, justify how you do things, demonstrate your integrity, honesty, transparency, do all those things. And what George is saying there, it's what I keep saying. Facebook, LinkedIn, once you know your niche audience and you join these groups and you start chatting, not always about you and your website. That's my phone ringing, but I'm not going to answer it. Once you start talking to people and doing things, or that's my phone ringing. Why is my phone ringing? You gotta, once you build relationships up, people will come to you. It happens. Trust me, it happens and it works. So what it is, Zoom, is right. What you got to think about, okay, is that like what you got to think about is like you just got to get yourself out there on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn. You know, you've got to understand what is your niche audience as well, or even what kind of websites you like to build. And the more reviews you get, the more it's going to help you. I can't stress that enough. Aha, there you go, George. So if they click that link, there's a bit of affiliate commission coming your way on SiteGround. And a lot of it's Zoom. You got to understand like what George is saying there about networking. When you start to network with people, sometimes, you know, they can't be bothered with web design, so they'll refer on to someone else, but they're more likely to refer on to someone they know can do the job, because the last thing they want to do is the client goes elsewhere, has a shit job, and then they blame you because you told them go and use George, but George doesn't know what he's doing. George does know what he's doing, by the way. George does use Divi a lot. But we haven't blocked George yet. We still let him join in because he's quite a nice guy, but he's getting close to being blocked. There'll come a point in time when George is like gonna leave Divi forever, I reckon, and just come completely over into Elementor. There will come a time one day. If Zanti and me just can attack him from both sides, eventually he'll give in. No, but George is good. And I think, to be honest, for me, it's like, I have my preferences. Everyone has preferences. But the joint skill sets we can all bring to the table is amazing. And yeah, George is really good on code. Really good. Indapre, I know German language. And I've worked for 70 plus with English. Wow, brilliant. That's really good, Indapre. Well, well, if you have you searched for German web design agencies in Indapre? What are they? What price rates have they got? That's all you got to do. You just got to go on and see what price rates they got. Are you going to undercut them? If you go too low, people suspect, why is that so low? What am I getting? If you go equal to them, can you deliver the same quality of websites they do? You know, so you just got to think about what are their prices? What do they give you? What do you get? What would you charge? And even if you try to match their price, can you match and deliver what they do? You know? I mean, I know some companies in the UK, they charge £20,000 per website as a minimum, but they do some proper hardcore stuff. You know, like proper, like they're not using Elementor, they're doing some proper coding magic on their websites, right? And I ain't even going to go there with how good they are, so I don't bother. But that's why I will never quote £20,000 for a website. Makes no sense whatsoever. Not used headless WP. Not used that. I'm an expert in everything I use. I ain't got a clue with anything I haven't. I wanna live in America. I wanna live in America. Hey Ellie Cole, how you doing? I'm only actually going to be live for 11 more minutes, then I'll be dropping off because I got a meeting at 3 in an hour's time with the Elementor people, and then I've got another meeting with the membership mastery group, and I've got to just set up another meeting invite for that. So I've got quite a few stuff I've got to do, and I've got to check out someone's website because they're struggling with one of their menu items, and I just said, look, give me a login to drop in and have a look for you. So Indapre, I only know WordPress. Yeah, but Indapre, I did a medical degree for 2 years and I dropped out. And I got a law degree. I don't have a computer science background at all. And I'm very happy just doing WordPress. Like Georgia said, I'm quite happy just doing WordPress. I at the moment don't feel the need to have to go and learn and do anything else. And WordPress has been around so long, it ain't going out of fashion yet. So don't worry. Unless you know you can make, unless you know there's a job ready for you the minute you do something else. Otherwise, you got to weigh it up. See what I mean, Soom, about Coke Zero? You've got to drink it straight out the fridge, right? If you leave it half an hour, it tastes a bit weird, doesn't it? Pepsi Max still tastes okay 2 hours later. I have to be honest, Zoom. I don't think you need business studies. I think what you learn in business studies, I have to be honest, what you learn in there is actually half of it's common sense. Half of it is common sense. And I don't think it's massively because you're going to learn more from actual businesses that are up and running. What did they do? How did they get there? What were the lessons they learned? Because business studies, I know so many people that do business studies, but they doesn't help you create and start your business, really, does it? You still got to think about overheads, profit margin. Exactly what George is saying, and this is the point I make to a lot of people as well about. So we had a client once, they got quotes from 3 companies and they were trying to understand, you've quoted us £3,000. This company has quoted us 20,000. And we were like, there's no reason. And we said, your website will take 7 days. This other company have said it will take 12 weeks. And we're like, they're saying that to justify why they're charging you 20 grand. Makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, they're just stretching the timeline and everything else to justify the money. There's rubbish. Don't fall for it. But yeah, business tactics is what we do in the Mastery membership. It's what we do. We find out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then you got Mark and me advising. Yeah, take care, Jason. Don't worry. You know what? These live chats can be very distracting, Jason. I know I get distracted. So go away and pump on with your work, okay? Get on with it. Take care, Jimmy. Oh, I forgot Jimmy was there. Jimmy's been lurking. Well, I'll be saying bye to everyone in 7 minutes, okay? Because I need to just crack on with completing something. And then I got meeting with Elementor people in about an hour to talk to them about something. PDF embedder. Take care, Gary. Jimmy. Dave says, my Bill had web dev commit. Brother-in-law. You mean brother-in-law, don't you, when you say Bill? So Dave's brother-in-law had a web dev company. No way, 90k. They sounded too cheap. Wow. I think they've heard about the RSS feed a lot. They have. Do you use CRM to keep track? No, we have a business account. We have our bookkeeping system. We have our own way of managing clients and workloads and all of that. So I'll be honest with you. We are very happy using Excel for loads of stuff, and we are very happy with the way we manage stuff and things come in and out. We're happy. I know there's automated solutions, but automated solutions can fall over or give you more of a headache setting up and whatever. We know what we're doing. Exactly, George. You know what I mean? Sometimes some of the stuff people do with some custom code stuff, and you go, what are you doing? But you see, this is when you know it's a big business, right? For them, if you come in at a low price, they think, what are you talking about? You know, they pay because there's a bigger market, bigger income, bigger revenue. Oh yes. Is that submitted now, Jimmy, that contract? So in the pre, are you saying that Google Ads works or Facebook adverts are working for you? Excellent, Jimmy. What are you gonna do? Right, pitch as much as you can. Oh, right. You run Facebook and Google ads for clients. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Because I'm just I I'm yet to meet anyone who can convince me that Facebook and Google ads brings in a good return of investment. You will get some. You will get some clients, but you know, you will get some, and sometimes it just depends on people's interest at the time. Right, we're closing off in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everyone. Yeah, and Jimmy, you know, we look forward to hearing what happens on the back of that. Yeah, return of investment on adverts is just... Yeah, Ellie Core, look, we're always doing these live chats, you know, and we're always willing to help and share. To a point, we can't do everything, you know, we can't go into too much detail. George, this is good news. This is good news. So you know, because so when they send your info to other people, it might be because they're worried about you. So the Ministry of Health, right? They're like, like they're probably worried about you. They're gonna we need to sort this guy out, George. All right, see you later, Charlie. Okay, we're gonna close off now in about 30 seconds. Good to see you all again. Take care, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget, in 10 hours, the Flex Container video comes out, okay? I'm just finalizing it now. That will be coming out. So you get to see my style and how I worked on solving a problem and whatever with that. And I hope it helps make sense, everyone. Okay, take care. Good to see you all. Will I be back tomorrow? Of course I will. Take care. Bye. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. Eat well. And do whatever else you're doing. See you later. Bye.